Will for Sound on Sound here at the NAMM show in Anaheim on the Big Fish audio booth with Kenny. Kenny, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
Not bad, thanks. Yeah, it's
Very
the last
good.
day. So what's
Yes.
this, the new thing?
This is a new instrument from Big Fish Audio, and it's called Sequence, which you can imagine is a sequencer. It's a line sequencer, just like an old 808 or 909, but far, far more powerful, using all of today's technology. Of course, it's a Kontakt-based instrument, so it's really solid. But with Big Fish creating it and the sounds, it's just spectacular and so easy to use. So I'm going to show just a couple of minutes of how it's laid out, how quickly you can work around, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, let's get a demo then.
Okay, let's get a demo. We're going to take a look. Hi, I'm Kenny Moran, and I'm here at Big Fish, and I'm going to show you this new instrument called Sequence, which is a sequencer, much like an 808 or a 909, and it's really amazing because it's very simple to use, like one of those older sequencers, but at the same time, it uses all the power and technology that we have today. So I'm going to show you quickly how this works. If you look down the bottom of the keyboard, I'm going to kind of shake my mouse around here. You notice that there's yellow keys, green keys, blue keys, and red keys. And essentially that is laid out across the 88 notes of your keyboard, and it allows you to get to every single part of the sequencer all the time. So there's no hidden pages. I can always get to every part. So let's just start. The yellow keys on the bottom are what I call the 808 bass player, meaning that I can have an 808 bass sound loaded in, and I can play a bass line. It's 2 octaves, so you can play in any key, and all the 808s are completely tuned, so you don't have to worry about, is that actually C sharp or A sharp or so on. So I'm going to go to the 808 page on our menu here, again right in front of you, and on the fly I can choose new 808s to play with. So I can find the one that's working for me. So it gives you an idea that I can really get into any of the hip-hop, trap, any of the electronic styles really that are using a lot of that 808 stuff. And of course it adheres to other things. It'll bend, it'll bend up, it'll bend down, it'll modulate, so it can act like a real bass. So that's one of the first really cool things about Sequence. I'm going to jump right over here to the blue keys, and I'm going to shake my mouse around, so there we go, there's the blue keys. When we load the sounds into Sequence, Sequence has 12 tracks, right, and then it has 16 parts to sequence in. That's going to go up, right now that's what we're doing, but that's going to go up to, I think, 32 parts and the sequence goes, so you'll be able to get really intricate with it. But as soon as you load the sounds into Sequence, they also automatically map out as one-shots. So not only can you do the sequence within the sequencer, you can also play it. So if you're that kind of person, you came from that school, it's already readily available. Now here's the really unique thing that's just awesome. The red keys over here, we call that our roll creator. So I'm going to go click on the roll creator tab, and we know how hard it is to program rolls in, because typically we have to program 30-second notes. No one can really play it the way you'd want. But then you have to figure out how it's going to work. We've created the roll creator. Right? Built in. Now I'm going to show you, it defaults on a kick drum. So I'm going to go to the hi-hat here. I'm just going to load in a hi-hat that fast. Right? Now here's where it really becomes glorious. All the red keys, we have the roll, but we also can tune. And I could do that while I'm playing the sequence and figure out what I want. Right? So, that is a one of its kind right now. You can do the perfect rolls, you can play them and figure out exactly how they work. You can pitch them so you can get those kind of movements in the song that you'd like to do, and it's that simple. The last thing I'm going to show you here in terms of our menu pages is the menus, and this is the real power of the instrument. Sequence is going to ship with 4,000 plus drum sounds. Okay, and you heard me correctly. It's coming with a massive library, and the sounds are just sensational. They're all from Big Fish, so you know that they're production value ready. But how do you find 4,000 sounds, especially if you're trying to work quickly like I'm showing you? Well, on the menus, if I just turn the menu mode on. I can go to any of the categories here, and I'm gonna go to the kicks, subcategories. I'm gonna go to acoustic kicks, double click it. It automatically mapped out that bank across the 88 keys. And if I want to go to a different style, I'm going to go to distortion kicks, let's say. I'm going to double click it. They're now mapped out across the 88 keys. So I can find anything within the library almost instantaneously. They're very well named, so they make sense to what you're looking for. If you're looking for deep kick drums, they're going to be into the deep kick library. If you wanted distortion kick drums, they'll be under the distortion library. You get the drift of where I'm going. So extremely powerful. And if I don't want to, say I hear it and I like what it is, so I'm going to turn my menu mode back on, and what I'm going to do is come here, you. Right? I'm going to find one of these. Let's just go with that for the purposes of demonstration. I can find the track I want, track number 6, click apply, hit the note, and now that's loaded in there. I'm going to go to track 1. I'm going to put an effects kick, go there. I'm going to go with that right there. I'm going to apply on track 1, press the note, and it's loaded in. So now, not only is that loaded in the sequence, it's in my one-shots too. Right? It's that instantaneous. So, going back to the sequence page, we can look at a sequence, and it's like any line sequencer. I can just click on what I want it to be, and I can play it. Right? And I can remove these, and I can add some this quickly. Right? Really easy, really straightforward. You don't need to be a great programmer to make sequence work. And if you are a great programmer, then obviously you can use a sequence and you can do some things that you would play yourself. Now that menu location I was showing you where you can go through the 4,000 sounds, well, let's just say I want to do that while the sequence is playing. I want to do it in real time. Well, if I click on any of the names of the samples, like this, the menu opens up. I can play this, and I can go to the claps. I'm going to go to claps 1, and then I'm going to put that in. Brand new clap sound. Let's just say that kick drum is definitely a little too much for us. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to the kicks again. I'm going to go to the combo library. Right, and if I want to work this out now, right? I can work out anything I want to work out real time while I'm playing it, and I haven't even gone to the DAW. So last but not least, I'm going to show you the scenes, which are the green keys down here. And what it allows you to do is you can think of the scenes as patterns, and I can program a verse pattern, a pre-chorus pattern, a chorus pattern. And there are 12 tracks in the sequencer, so I can use these green keys to control the scenes of the sequencer. So that was my pattern 1, here's pattern 2, or scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. If I want to record my arrangement into my DAW, all I have to do is go to the DAW and actually record those scenes. So I'm just going to play you the demo that is all coming from sequence, except for the guitar part. It's all going to be coming from sequence, and let's let you hear it. You can notice the scenes changing automatically because I've recorded them into the DAW. Right? I'm going to click here. Right? And there's my bass line. So that's all coming from sequence. And it's just as easy as I was just doing that in front of you is as easy as it is. There's no hidden pages, there's no layers where you have to click and click again to find something. I can always get to every part of the sequence from my keyboard at all times. It's just wonderful.
Right, great, Kenny. When's it going to be available then, and how much will it cost?
It's going to be available April 1st, and it's going to have a street price, an incredible price of $99.
Great. Okay. Thanks very much.
It's pretty amazing. Thank you.
Cheers.